President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, through his special advisor on Senate matters, Senator Basheer Lado, has mandated the head of service, Mrs. Didi Esther Walson-Jack, along with the heads of ministries, departments, and agencies, the MDAs, to honor invitations from the Senate. The directive, delivered on Monday, emphasizes the need for cooperation between government agencies and the National Assembly to ensure accountability and effective governance. The instruction comes amid criticisms over some agencies' repeated failure to respond to Senate summons. Senator Lado highlighted that attending Senate committee sessions is crucial for reinforcing public service dedication and upholding constitutional obligations. He noted that the directive aligns with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda aimed at providing responsive governance to Nigerians. The directive follows the Senate's recent decision to issue arrest warrants for several agencies, including Minister of Works, David Umahi, and NIDCOM Chairman Abike Dabiri Erewa for their repeated absences from Senate committees hearing on ethics, privileges, and public petitions. Senator Lado reaffirmed the administration's commitment to transparency, stressing that timely engagement with the legislature is essential for national development and that all MDAs should prioritize Senate interactions. This story by this directive by the president that there should be more collaboration. What do you think about this?
Firstly, I think it is a pity that the Nigerian legislative arm, Nigeria has run the way it's run in a funny and a very, very embarrassing manner. That an appointee of government, of the president, will be invited by legislators elected by their people to answer questions in respect of how they have managed the resources that has been placed in their hands. And for one reason or the other, these persons will not honor these invitations, not once, not twice, and nothing can be done. It clearly tells you that there's words of the famous songwriter and musician Fela Anikulapo where he says party government. If it's not a party government, listen. The director of CIA was relieved of her duty right at the inquiry section at the legislative council when she was unable to explain to them the questions that were given to them, clear answers to the questions that were asked in respect to the attempt on the life of President Donald Trump. When then will you know that this is a life-threatening person? Or before the people, the commoners that are seated there, that are on the rally, I've seen somebody on the roof and are bothered, say someone is out there. Who is there? That's when CIA operatives that are so highly paid professionals will know. But in Nigeria, this legislature they're begging appointees of government to come and explain to them how they are faring. Why would they come? When at the end of the day, the only thing we get from these oversight functions and these the committee of ethics and privileges is that at the end of the day, we see the embarrassing sections on social media spaces. When the directors are unable to answer the questions, they begin to palpitate. They begin to give very embarrassing answers. And at the end of the day, it ends there. Listen, we are on an unserious set of people. And it's a pity that the legislative arm of government has been dragged to a level of so much disrepute, without no respect. All that we do in this country, all arm of government, from the presidency to the judiciary to the legislature, they are only powerful when they deal with Nigerian commoners. They are only powerful when they deal with Nigerians who have no offices or possibly have no clout. Outside of that, they are all toothless. At the end of the day, they cannot do little or nothing. And what are we not talking about? If you invite a minister that is appointed by the federal government, by the president, and he doesn't show up twice, and you cannot give the president the standing order that person be relieved of his duty, who's the person in question? What are the person? What are their certificates? What are their track records? That if they leave, the system will not function. There's no single individual that can stand and wink a government. But the truth is that we are in a country where we are not serious people. Everybody is about party. When they live there and they go and shake hands at a bar, where their own exclusive bars and hotels where they meet, and they laugh over it like it is nothing. And serious issues are not being treated or addressed. Ask yourself, a country like this, a country like Nigeria, some people imported bad fuel, what is locally called pool fire. Some people imported bad petrol, and there is a system in place that the federal government of Nigeria has put, that people are paid salaries, humongous amount of salaries, to receive this product. And the process of testing should have been first class, because Nigeria has all the money to get all the equipment in the world. Yet the product was not properly tested, and the product came to this country. The product damaged vehicular engines, damaged generators, caused people to lose their jobs in little businesses. Yet nothing was done by the federal government of Nigeria. Nobody was invited or questioned. Nobody was sacked. We have moved on from there like nothing happened. So to what end will you invite a director or a minister and he wants to honor the invitation? It's just for you to come and ridicule him. Maybe you have seen one or two memos that are faulty. And whatever is in your mind, do. There's nothing you can do. After all, it's a party government where we're almost running a one-party system because we don't have opposition as it is. So at the end of the day, we'll go back to the president's table, and whatever he decides becomes law. It's embarrassing that the president has to start begging appointees. My brother, we have lost it as a country. We have more powerful people than institutions, and if we continue on this trajectory, we are only just waiting. If we do not have a U-turn as a country, as a nation, listen, some of these high and mighty will always escape the doomsday, no doubt. But ask yourself, will I be part of those who escape the doomsday? If I don't, what becomes my fate? And what will I say after now? What will posterity remember me for? What are my contributions? So we are faced unless with a situation that is almost so hydra that we cannot know where to hold in hands. But it's a pity that over again and again we have seen appointees of government embarrass the legislative arm of government, and the legislative arm of government pretends not to know their duties anymore. Some of them make bold to say they don't even have any qualifications outside their primary and possibly secondary school qualification that has brought them there because of one nefarious act or the other in partnership in politics. And whatever group they join outside normal life, and that's why they are there, and that's why the reason why people can completely disdain them and nothing happens, and people move on like it is Uhuru for everybody.
So quickly before we go on a short break, since the MDAs have refused to honor Senate invitations and there's been arrest warrants for David Umahi and some other persons previously, what do you think should be the appropriate disciplinary measure to these persons that have refused to honor Senate invitations?
The Senate says they are going to be issuing an arrest warrant. They are yet to issue an arrest warrant. But be that as it may, to what end is the arrest warrant issuance? You ask yourself, have people not been declared wanted in this country? Look, we are a country of jokers. And until we keep saying it to the knowledge of leaders, to make them understand that we are not daft, neither are our memories failing us like some of their memories are failing them quickly. The truth cannot be overemphasized. Ask yourself, there was a notorious kingpin in this country called Wadome, who was arrested by the the IG Special Task Force, that was arrested, and a military personnel, a captain in the military, helped him escape. He was rearrested again, and he sang like a canary on national television, on everybody's media space. What has happened to him? What has happened to that military personnel? So it is not about saying issue arrest warrant. As an arrest warrant not be issued, the former governor of Kogi State, Abelo. So what end has that arrest warrant gone to? The truth is, we have made so many people too powerful, and the institutions are so weak. They are only functional on the lower cadre, on the grassroots. Outside of that, the institutions are almost not functional. And until we speak truth to power, and power gets to wake up in a place of its consciousness, in a place of reasoning, my brother, we will just continue running down this trajectory because nothing would happen. And what has happened before? Are people like I just give you two clear instances. One has been arrested, arraigned, tried. We have heard his confessions. To what end, we don't know what happened to him. Neither do we know what happened to the military personnel that aided him and all the officers that worked with him. And that is on one side. On the other angle, the Abelu that has been issued arrest warrant for, what has happened to him? He's still freely moving. He's still doing his thing. Security persons will tell you, they have not seen it, this has not happened. But it is in this country we saw a person make a careless post on Twitter. Before 5 hours, he was already apprehended in a remote environment by security operatives. He was taken away, whisked out, even for his father's crying out to the public, and the public began to plead because he insulted the first lady at the time. So this is the kind of country we find ourselves. Do not forget, I make bold to say, this is a country where security personnel went outside the shores of Nigeria to apprehend another person on the grounds of terrorism or whatever from another country, where the country said they are not even aware. In a Gestapo manner, the person was brought back into Nigeria. So what are we talking about? We have a system that is failing. If all the security structures and all the system we have is only the high and mighty to enjoy, and the Nigerian populace suffer, man, so be it. But I keep making the statement very boldly. Everything in physics has an elastic limit, and when it gets there, nobody knows who's going to cut in the crossfire.